avert the danger. Or how else do we say it in English? At Nigeria Info PH and X, at Nigeria Info PH and X, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That conversation takes us up until 1 o'clock. Trending Stories comes up at 1 o'clock, and thereafter, we'll be back in the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock hour to talk about a world without the internet. Yes. For some days now, a particular network, I use it, some of you use it, we've not had network. Simply put. And I'm wondering, what if that was the only number some people have? Like some people I know, they're not a fan of having multiple lines. They're faithful to one number. What if that number is, what you do business with and everything? I'm sure some people had started panicking. Some people said, I sent you a text message. You did not respond. I said, excuse me, I didn't see it. I showed them my phone. I said, I didn't got network. They said, I had to see debit alerts from my mail because I couldn't see it as a text message. So some people had made payments to my account, and I didn't know till I went through my bank app and I checked transaction history. And they didn't even tell me they had made payments. So yeah, I had an alternative, but a world without the internet and network. What would it seem like? Are we going back to those days, or like this that we are now? Please, no going back to the past. Now, the final hour, we would have a conversation, the wifely duties and girlfriend duties conversation comes up again. Since Valentine is coming and some people would collect rings on that day, let's settle this matter once and for all. For so long, we have been saddled with determining who a wife material really is. After men make statements like, this girl is a girlfriend material, and your woman is a wife material. I'm not going to marry her. She's just girlfriend material. When I want to marry, I'm going to look for wife material. I'm confused, Shao. Is it candy? Is it and the wife, not the fiance of the friend, bought a cover out of social. You're not even playing your girl role. We're not your friends. We're not okay as a company as friends. Remind me, what exactly are girlfriend's duties? I would like to know, and I'm sure some other ladies would like to know. That's on the menu on the Sunday. When we come back, the conversation is in full. Just stay in touch.
The show continues after this.
All right, welcome back to the sunny side. We're talking sensitivity to danger. So let me start with the beginning, from the beginning of the story. Tragedy struck in the early hours of Saturday in the riverside town of Kabiama in Sagbama local government when a young man, simply identified as Tony, beheaded his girlfriend. Take a deep breath. It's when I saw the images, oh my God, but let's leave that out of the story. Though the details of the tragic incident were sketchy at the time of filing this report, that's in the Vanguard, the deceased lady, a mother of one, was identified as Miss Maxwell Ebibra Laide, an indigene of Amatolo in southern Ijo Council area of the state. What else do you guys need to know? Oh dear, the network is terrible, so accessing that story is pretty difficult. Alright, she was allegedly killed by her lover between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. on Saturday as her headless, naked body was discovered at dawn by neighbors. The boyfriend and father of her child were reportedly apprehended before he could escape by the community folks and handed over to the police. The remains of the deceased have been deposited at the morgue of the Federal Medical Center, Yenagoa, while the suspect is being detained at the state CID. Now, this is where it gets interesting. A community source told the Vanguard the suspect was apprehended by residents of Kabiama and handed over to the police to avert possible reprisal attack from the kinsmen of the deceased woman. The source who spoke anonymously, however, added, "We don't know what happened between the two lovers that will make him cut off the head of his girlfriend and mother of his child. The two of them are the quiet and easy-going type." I know, some of you are saying, if you're quiet people, low, but take a deep breath, calm down. The two of them were the quiet and easygoing type. We are at a loss as to what went wrong. The headless corpse of the lady was evacuated, of course, and deposited at the mortuary. And I think that's all you need to know about this story. From the look of things, there was no, if they were quarreling or shouting, if I imagine it is in some neighborhoods, I am sure neighbors would have heard and come to the rescue of this woman. True or false? I mean, if people in your compound are quarreling, there's by the point it will get so heated and you guys would hear. You may not hear everything, but you will know that there is trouble somewhere. And for those of you who care, you may go to find out what exactly is going on. I mean, that's how some spouses have been rescued in time past when they were having a fight with their significant other. All right, they would, no kill am, and then they break the door open. They save the woman. The men will attack the men. That's how it usually pans out. In this case, nobody knew when it happened. Speculations have it between 2 to 3, and it seems like it was done quietly. Now let's talk about sensitivity. Beyond being sensitive to people's feelings is being sensitive to happenings around you. What am I trying to say? Sometimes you are somewhere and everything around the atmosphere doesn't just feel right, and you're prompted to take your leave. You just tell your friends, "Guy, let me go." And I say, "Oh, what's up?" I'm just tired. And then you walk away. And then by the time you leave, your friends will reach out to you and they will say, "My brother, you don't know what happened there that night too. What happened?" As soon as you left, bad boys just gathered everywhere. They were shooting. Police raided the place. They even arrested us. So we just bail ourselves. They say, sorry. Or it may not be that deep, but you sort of escaped something because some way, somehow you were sensitive. Or some of you will call it a prompting. And it may not be for you. You may need to alert someone else. You just pick up your phone and call somebody. "Where are you now?" And they tell you, "Oh, I'm at so place." And you say, "Leave that place now." So what's that? Leave. Just leave. Come my side. Just come my side. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but there's that sensitivity to danger or sensitivity to threats. Not the ones they threaten you, say, I will deal with you, I will show with you. Something that would harm you possibly. Now, was there a way of this young lady knowing that, oh, my boyfriend is going to behead me this night? Let me just go to my mom's place. Or let me just go and see my friend and not come back this night. Or is it that we get carried away that sometimes something is off, but we don't know exactly what it is? Or even if we don't know exactly, we are not even willing to act on the fact that things are off. The lady is not alive today to say, oh, this is exactly what happened to her. Whether or not she received the prompting or something in her spirit or the Holy Spirit or whatever it is. But there's something as sensitivity. It just makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, between the previous generation and the current generation, you tell me, are people in this current generation less sensitive to danger than people from past generations? Now, there's also a possibility that the guy could have been giving up some vibes that were obviously not right. So there's one thing to be sensitive, and there's another thing to act on that sensitivity. Let's talk. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0003. The smart number is 070 0923 0923. Again, 070 0923 0923. Join the conversation on X. We are at Nigeria Info PH on X, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, where you can watch us live. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp and Telegram. The WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 0306 0804. And his girlfriend is a prospective wife for them. Okay, we'll leave that conversation for 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Okay, so I see some of your WhatsApp messages now. So let me start with this one from so-called and sensitivity to danger. What's going on? Okay. In this day and age, it depends on the person. Most people will try their best, but I wonder if you will avert danger as far as this world is concerned. Some are sensitive to fraudsters. Some are sensitive to disease-causing situations. Some are sensitive to spiritual warfare and the likes. So it depends. But in all, just keep in mind that danger or tragedy is possible and try to keep guard. Zion from GRA. Welcome, Zion, to the sunny side.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, D-Square.
Good afternoon to you, Zion.
We are not sensitive this age anymore. This age, we lack understanding. This age, we are far from, or we are no longer in tune with nature. So we lack information. That scripture that says that, and he gave them dominion. This age, especially here in Nigeria, we have sold our dominion for a pot of porridge. We have sold our dominion. No dominion again. How much more dominion?
Please. This is a serious matter.
When we wake up in the morning, instead of us to pray, we are taking our phones to go and check who just got who. Even in the midnight, we are watching our phone, who sent us message. A time for you to have prayed. A time for you to world of reasoning. We are going to check for your phone. This is good. Even the time they also sit down to meditate, to listen to uplifting spiritual music. Look at what they listen to. Shake your bum bum. All they think is earthly things, modern things. They are in the church. They are WhatsApping. When I close from church, I go come. What do you cook? Somebody there inside church. They are in the church where a pastor is preaching a message he has been outpouring for 7 days, 14 days. He's preaching that message. a girl is chatting a boyfriend from church, from the atmosphere of that message, you expect people to be blind? You expect people to have understanding? So tell me, if they don't have such understanding, when danger is coming, how will they know? Some of us, God has given us that spirit. If you enter a vehicle that is a one chance, something will pinch you. Come out from this vehicle. We are seeing testimony. Oh, we are traveling. Oh, my spirit say, make I not sit for the front seat. Make I go back. And as I went to the back, that vehicle have accident or whatever. Exactly that position, a hand pull him up. Something happened there. How does this are happening today? See that as kidnappers, we are begging. We are going crowdfunding. In 10 days, when we have that intuition and intuition, before the kidnappers will come, somebody would have called you. But look at it. Now we now depend on the Western world. Most of those signs that are being given to us, something just picks my leg. Make I come up from here. We call it the same. We don't value this knowledge anymore. Do you know that even when we see those signs, I will think are fetish. They are fetish. They are never fetish. It might be the spirit of your ancestors that came through a bear, come to speak in your compound because of you want to claim to know more than your parents. You want to feel, oh, you are in the worship generation, in our fetish things. No, my sister, we are the ones that sold our right.
Okay.
Our spiritual level, we sold it in the name of fetish things. I also want to use me to beg on the church. The church to learn to harmonize between tradition and religion, which is the church.
All right. Thank you so much, Zion. I see some messages on Facebook. George Asukwa says, generally, people are very insensitive to what is happening around them. I sometimes wonder whether people are no longer conscious of themselves. If we take security as a one-stop idea for all, then the consciousness will be burning. It's time to rekindle the spirit. Okay, back to WhatsApp. Again, 070-0923-0923, 070-0923-0923. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809-030-6416. Now this one says, good day, Madam Waller. I have been listening to you. Since you became a president, it was last week a friend told me. Okay, thank you, Amos. Greetings, Denise. Already, my life, I have one chef, one maid. Greetings, Denise. Already, my life, I have one chef, one maid, one security guard, but my wife would be wife. I think some of you are responding to the 2:00 conversation. It's not time, so you will have to resend this. Major, you would have to resend these messages. Major, and I think one other person, Davidson, you have to resend these messages when we are having the 2 to 3 o'clock conversation. And by the way, a call screener is always on standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So the chances are that when you call, you would hear a voice that doesn't sound anything like my voice, I assure you. Don't get scared. All you need to do is answer some questions, and in no distant time, you will be connected to me or with me here in the studio, and we can have a conversation. All right, so call screener is on standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. Again, 070-0923-0923, 070-0923-0923. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809-030-6416. So if you're unable to get through to us via the phone lines for any reason at all, then do send us a WhatsApp message. All right, 0809-030-6416. We are live on Facebook, so you can go there and watch me live, and then drop your comments in the comment section. And in course of the conversation, I would get to read your comments. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Again, the number to call 070-0923-0923. And then, of course, if that number doesn't go through, call 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. For some reason, I'm experiencing a lot of difficulty in the studio as it concerns network. So chances are that you may have been dropping your messages and we're not getting them in record time because of the network problem. It's pretty slow, I must say. In fact, very, very slow. Now this one reads, good afternoon, Denise. Sensitivity to danger. Sensitivity is good, but spirituality is better. I bet you not happening around me takes me unaware. I see every evil or good before that will happen to me, days or weeks before they happen, and God helping me, I have understanding of dreams, and anyone that I don't understand, I will pray against it. It has actually saved me in several occasions. I don't know, Onyekachi Casey. Now, Onyekachi, the truth of the matter is, generations before now, I doubt they were as spiritual as we are now. Long before Christianity came to the terrain, I mean, there were a lot of things that we usually would see and we will know that there is danger lurking. For example, when our elders were going out and they saw a black cat, you know what they would say? Bad omen. So they would choose not to go out again, because if they possibly did, something may happen. And then it was a case of you saw the signs, right? Was that spirituality or sensitivity now? There was another example. You're walking and then you hit your feet against a stone. I say, ouch, my leg. Oh. They said that was also another sign that something bad was around the way. So go back. Was that spirituality or sensitivity? And there's several other ways. Oh, a bird comes to your roof and this. Someone will die. Oh, this one happened. Yeah, I know about dreams. But see, if I look back at this story, I can picture 1,000,001 things that must have probably gone wrong. You get so comfortable with somebody. It's the same way we hear stories of husbands killing wives and wives killing husbands. Or husbands using wives for rituals and all that and all that and all that. Now, the truth of the matter is, you get so comfortable with somebody. I can't begin to imagine that I will get to a point where my body will be telling me that, it's like my husband wants to do something bad to me. That's the level I'm going to with this conversation. Was it possible to tell before now when your significant other, the one who you you share something with, whether you have a child together with this person, whether you're married or not married. Now, I don't even want to go to the fact that they were cohabiting and the man had not married her, they were just dating and she got pregnant and all that. See, in my place, a lot of those things happen. It's not a new stuff. You know, people will say, they'll come and do my pikin day with you. Sorry, your pikin day with me. Or they will live together for some years, and before you know it, everybody will start seeing them as husband and wife. And they'll start seeing themselves as husband and wife and referring to themselves as husband and wife. And it will only be when, the daughter wants to get married some 20-something, 30 years from then, that the man will now remember that, if I want to shop my daughter bride price, I have to go and marry this woman. So you see the ladies getting married, or they'll perform the full rites on these said ladies when they are already old or middle-aged. So the bottom line is they already have started existing as man and wife or husband and wife. So is there a possibility that this person that you have shared a bond with, you've literally shared your life with, you can sense when danger will come from this same person? Okay, these people were not married. What about those that were married, that took vows to protect and honor them and, fight for them? What's this song by I'll be soldier for you. I'm getting better in Kung Fu. There will be soldier and Okogan and what for you. What are the chances that you will sense when this same person wants to do you harm? Or wants to do you wrong? Onyekachi is calling. Where is Onyekachi calling from now? Let the call screener sort that out while I read some more messages. Greetings, Stephen Ibix from Rukwaku. Sensitivity or no sensitivity, just know thyself. Watch your back always, everywhere you go. Onyekachi from Rukwaku, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I dropped the message you read. The message you read before you did the explanations.
Okay.
So how to tell if a partner could kill you for ritual purposes or cause of anger and all that? This is possible. It's not something you need to be too much spiritual for you to know. When you see a partner like a young woman like us, it's your husband, he doesn't have much, but you see him going around with people that you don't understand their income. You see a young woman drawing letters, 350, 350. You see another one driving letters, Macy's. And your husband is a friend to them. They're texting him here and there. And these are young men that are too young to own such cars. If you ask your husband as a man, what does your friend do? He cannot give a definite explanation. Yes, those people are his friends. It's an indication that one day the same thing those people are doing to lay hand on those money will also happen, and you may be the victim. That is from that angle. Another angle, when each time there is every little provocation, a man is threatening to beat you, kill you, say one day I will behead you in this house, I will do this, I will do that. It doesn't come for rocket science now for you to know that rocket science knowledge or spirituality for you to know that one day something like this might happen to me. Everybody's case will not be the same. Like my own case, like I said in the message, there is nothing that happens in the daytime and not in the dream.
Wow.
I see them.
Wow.
It's good. I give God the it's 2 days time to put accomplishment. Everyone, I will start based on the party. I stand up to cancel, I and it will happen. When it will happen, the effect will reduce. For example, I was in the dream when I saw somebody. I saw blood everywhere.
Wow.
So I was not comfortable with that dream. I stood up that night. I started compassion. I prayed against it immediately. And when I was done, the following day, I went to the office. When I went to the office, then I broke my office truck to go and dispose with somewhere. I carried 2 of my boys. So on my way back, I never knew that one of them was standing like a soldier on the truck, thinking of holding his hand somewhere. For me to cut a corner, that man fell off on the truck. He fell off and his hand got broken immediately. Ordinarily, it was designed for that young man to land with his neck. But because it has been revealed to me, I have seen blood before that day. I prayed against it. Now, for me to know that, yes, what just happened was not just a miracle, it still came. But in a very reduced man was supposed to be dead.
Wow. You know, sometimes, people tend to be sensitive when danger is coming for someone else other than themselves. Bright Odike says sensitivity, as we say, is in every one of us. It's just that we are the ones ignoring it. Bright Odike from Port Harcourt. I'll go back to some of your WhatsApp messages. This one is from Good afternoon, presenter. My name is Edikon Samuel. I think the guy beheaded his girlfriend or baby mama for a ritual purpose. I think he cast a spell on that lady before killing her. What a world. Okay, so he cast a spell. That is what shut down her danger. What's the word? What's that thing that goes off when... is it an alarm? Is it an antenna? Something that senses danger is coming. What's it called? Somebody help me. I know there's something like that. I think sensitivity is some aspects is linked to spirituality. And this one is from Pax. Davidson says, hi Denise, even in our homes, we care less on security or situations around. The truth is, these situations are always around you, but we just don't care. And when you try correcting or drawing our attention to these facts, somebody would tell me over Sabi, or you speak too much English, or you watch too much movies. Very ignorant responses, I must say. Davidson. Instincts. This one says adrenaline. Is it adrenaline? Someone else says intuition. You know, it just goes off. Like I was asking, between the previous generation and the current generation, would you say that people in the current generation are less sensitive to danger than people from past generations? If you want to make comparisons in terms of occurrences, can you use the occurrences of the present day to judge? Will it be a good measurement to judge between sensitivity in time past and in the present? Or, like someone said, is it that we are sensitive but we choose to ignore? That you are lying down with somebody and in a matter of time you doze off, only to realize that you're gone. Maybe you find your spirit in another world, and it was revealed to you that the partner that you said good night with said, I love you too, carried pillow and pressed you, suffocated you. Now you are no more. You say, hey, and something was telling me I should not sleep in the house. So hey, so now I'm gone like this. I don't know. Is there a possibility that some people who had died are feeling this type of way in the afterlife or in the other world or wherever it is they find themselves after death, whether it's hell or health? And by the way, that's a conversation we should have, the afterlife. So as I was saying, is there a possibility that they would be regretting not paying attention to certain things that were prompting them, alerting them of danger? Or, yeah, but they said, I beg. God forbid, I cannot be thinking such thoughts. How will I think that my husband wants to kill? How will I think that my boyfriend, this guy that loves me so much, we have a child together now. I beg. Someone says, greetings Denise, I will be blunt. When the couples are not real believers, real serving God, I'm not talking about pretenders, I expect damages in that relationship, because only God can protect us. Major from Port Harcourt. 070-0923-0923. Again, 070-0923-0923. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809-030-6416. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm with you. Go ahead. Hello? Is anybody home? Hello? Okay. So sorry we lost that call. Sadly, this is where the conversation will have to come to an end. I don't know, like I said. The chances are that the network are terrible. In fact, for the past roughly 1 week or so, we've had terrible network. And it's not something from our end. It's something from the network providers. So the chances that you get disconnected intermittently whenever you call, and you may send messages and we may not receive it, as and when due, and only after the show is probably over would some of those messages get to us. These are the possibilities, but we'd like to apologize in advance, okay? If for every time you try reaching us you're unable to get through to us, we apologize. If you try to connect with us even via social media, and that one is your network. Yes, because even your network can make it impossible for you to reach us. Nigerian Phil, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, Lily.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome. You have 1 minute.
This is Michael speaking from Liverpool.
Welcome.
Yeah, looking at what you are saying this morning about this afternoon about this particular fact, it's all about observation. Most of the partners, we don't observe themselves. Like, you are getting married to somebody. You know the source of this person's income, how is his lifestyle, how the people associate with, all this stuff. By the time you observe the person very well, you come to know that such things can happen or not. So it's all about what this person can observe about the partner.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for being a part of the conversation. Like every other conversation, this particular one comes to an end now. Up next is Trending Stories, and thereafter, the sunny side continues. Just stay tuned to us.